On August 9, 2024, anticipation filled the air as thousands of fans packed the Anaheim Convention Center. The energy was electric, with people from all over the world gathering for what had become the most anticipated event in the animation calendar. The annual D23 Expo was buzzing with rumors and speculation. Whispers of surprise announcements and secret projects rippled through the crowd. Disney was set to announce its next wave of animated films, and everyone wanted to be the first to hear the news. The unveiling was nothing short of dramatic. Amid thunderous cheers, dazzling stage lights, and a palpable sense of excitement, Disney executives took the stage. They introduced not only two brand-new Pixar films, Refractory and Dora the Explorer Back in Time, but also the highly anticipated Safari Animals 3, a sequel fans had been hoping for. The reveal moment was slick and carefully choreographed. A short, visually stunning teaser played on the massive screens, transporting the audience to lush African savannas. Familiar animal faces appeared alongside new characters, hinting at fresh adventures and emotional journeys to come. The crowd erupted in applause as vibrant concept art flashed onto the giant screens. Disney's president took the stage, promising an emotional journey filled with new heroes and the return of beloved old friends. The excitement in the room was undeniable. Industry insiders immediately noted the significance of the announcement. Pairing Safari Animals 3 with Pixar's latest project suggested Disney had sky-high expectations for this next chapter, and the stakes had never been higher for the creative teams involved. Disney had invested heavily in a franchise that, until then, seemed destined to become a classic trilogy. The studio's commitment was clear, and fans were eager to see how the story would unfold. Yet, behind the scenes, not everything was as harmonious as it seemed. The road to Safari Animals 3 would soon prove rocky, marked by creative disputes, unexpected controversy, and challenges that threatened to derail the project. The journey from announcement to release would be anything but smooth. The Safari Animals franchise began in 2017, marking a new chapter in Disney's long tradition of animated storytelling. The studio, already famous for its magical worlds, set out to create a fresh universe filled with charm and adventure. The original film introduced viewers to a vibrant world of talking animals, heartwarming friendships, and thrilling adventures. Audiences were transported to lush jungles and sweeping savannas, where every character had a unique personality and story to tell. It was a moderate hit at the box office, but its impact was felt far beyond ticket sales. Kids everywhere fell in love with the colorful cast, collecting toys and quoting their favorite lines. The film quickly became a staple at family movie nights. Parents appreciated the film's positive messages about teamwork, kindness, and courage. In 2023, Safari Animals 2 tried to build on that success, promising even bigger adventures and new faces. The sequel expanded the world, introducing fresh characters and exploring new locations. However, despite the excitement, it struggled to win over critics and audiences alike. Some felt the humor was forced and didn't land as naturally as before. Others said the story lacked the emotional depth and originality that made the first film special, leaving longtime fans wanting more. Despite the lukewarm response, Disney remained hopeful. Franchise films had a proven track record of bringing in merchandise sales, theme park tie-ins, and even spin-off shows. The brand was still strong, and the characters continued to resonate with young audiences. Early plans for Safari Animals 3 were ambitious, aiming to revitalize the story, deepen its themes, and recapture the magic of the original. The creative team was determined to learn from past missteps and deliver something truly memorable. The stage was set for a comeback. With a new director at the helm and a wave of fresh ideas, the third installment was meant to revive the franchise's magic and win back audiences. But the legacy of the previous films would cast a long shadow over the project, making the stakes higher than ever before. For the highly anticipated third installment of Safari Animals, Disney made a bold move by selecting acclaimed actress Mariah Kelly to step into the director's chair. This marked her directorial debut, and the decision immediately set the industry abuzz with excitement and curiosity. Kelly, celebrated for her deeply emotional performances and her sharp creative vision, was seen as an unconventional but inspired choice. Her transition from acting to directing was closely watched, with many speculating about how her unique perspective would shape the film's tone and storytelling. Many wondered if her extensive acting background would bring a new level of depth and authenticity to the animated world. The cast itself was a carefully curated blend, mixing beloved returning voices with exciting newcomers, creating a dynamic ensemble. Fan favorites, Tim Liotta and Lady Katina, returned to reprise their iconic roles, much to the delight of longtime viewers who had grown attached to their characters over the years. Adding a fresh twist, rapper Big Sean and soul singer Anthony Hamilton joined the cast, infusing the film with both comic timing and musical flair. Their involvement promised to elevate the soundtrack and bring new energy to the story. The newcomers also drew attention. Talid Johnson was cast as Robert, a pivotal supporting character whose journey would add emotional weight, while Jack McGuinness took on the role of Tommy, a wild card whose unpredictable antics would keep audiences guessing. Disney's casting decisions were anything but random. By blending established stars with fresh talent, the studio aimed to appeal to both loyal fans and a new generation, ensuring the film's broad appeal and continued legacy. Early table reads were reportedly electric, with cast members feeding off each other's energy. Observers noted the palpable chemistry and camaraderie, hinting that this ensemble could deliver one of the most dynamic and memorable Safari Animals films yet. At the heart of Safari Animals 3 was Diego Jones, a character who had resonated with fans in previous films. In the new story, Diego faced a personal crisis. He was bullied by Princess and Liana, two popular animals in the group. The script delved into Diego's struggles with self-esteem and belonging. Writers wanted to create a more realistic, relatable journey for young viewers. Scenes showed Diego's loneliness, his attempts to fit in, and the toll bullying took on his confidence. The film planned to balance humor with real emotional stakes. The creative team also introduced new layers to Diego's character. Audiences would see him not just as a sidekick, but as a complex hero in his own right. This focus on Diego was expected to give the franchise new emotional depth. For the first time, Safari Animals 3 planned to reveal Diego's family. His mother, Vanessa, and father, Timothy, would become central to the plot. Their relationship with Diego offered a chance to explore family themes rarely seen in previous entries. Vanessa was written as a nurturing, wise figure. Timothy, meanwhile, was a bit stricter, representing the challenges that come with growing up. Family scenes were supposed to be heartfelt, showing the support and misunderstandings that shaped Diego's journey. The addition of Diego's parents added stakes to the bullying storyline. Audiences would see how family dynamics influenced Diego's responses to conflict. According to insiders, these scenes were among the most powerful in early screenings. However, not all new material was warmly received. A pivotal scene featured Lady Katina's character, Stina Ladd, physically disciplining Diego with a belt. The moment was meant to spark a conversation about discipline and generational differences. Instead, the scene became a lightning rod for criticism. Test audiences were uncomfortable. Social media erupted with debate over whether such a moment belonged in a Disney film. Advocacy groups called it harmful and outdated. Disney executives quickly took notice. Some leaders argued that the scene was vital for character development, while others worried it would damage the brand's reputation. The debate reached the highest levels of the company. Disney has long cultivated a carefully managed public image. Family-friendly films are the core of its brand. Anything that threatens this reputation is met with swift scrutiny. The belt scene in Safari Animals 3 triggered alarms across departments. Executives weighed the potential backlash, considering the possible impact on merchandise, theme parks, and Disney Plus subscriptions. Internal memos show a growing sense of unease about the direction of the project. Some argued the studio should stand by its creative vision, but others insisted that controversy was just too risky. The leadership team had heated debates, and consensus was honestly hard to find. The shadow of negative headlines loomed large. Complicating matters was the recent failure of Safari Animals 2. The film had opened to disappointing box office numbers. Reviews were mixed to negative. Critics called it bland and uninspired, and audiences agreed. Merchandise sales also sagged. Disney executives began to question the future of the franchise. Was it wise to double down on a series that seemed to be losing steam? Reports surfaced of declining morale within the animation department. Writers and animators feared the third film might not have a chance to redeem the brand. These doubts made the controversy around Safari Animals 3 even harder to ignore. The company was already nervous about investing more in a struggling series. In late 2024, after months of debate, Disney made its decision. Safari Animals 3 was officially canceled. The announcement was quiet, buried in a press release about, exciting new projects. Insiders say the decision came down to risk management and brand protection. Instead, Disney shifted its focus to original live-action films. Executives believed new stories would better reflect changing audience tastes. The cancellation left the cast and crew disappointed, and fans were left with unanswered questions about Diego's journey. Thus, Safari Animals 3 became an untold chapter in Disney's history. Its cancellation remains a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the House of Mouse is not immune to controversy, failure, and hard choices in pursuit of magic.